His first question coming up.
I have to, don't I?
I know. We'll do a quick one today. We'll definitely do a quick one. If your spouse lied about having a trust and gets proven in trial that he had a trust, what can happen?
You could ask for a pause in the proceedings for evidence of that to come forward. You would use his financial affidavit to allow proof of that he in fact lied, and you would go forth with again pausing, make your record, make sure you brought a court reporter, and that you ask the court to stop the proceedings so you can get that evidence. And once you have that evidence, then you would go back to trial, and you would also file a motion to have him sanctioned if you thought you had a good basis for it.
I always hear that term in film, like, sanctions and what are sanctions?
You're a bad person. Usually attorney's fees.
Okay.
Attorney's fees is the only thing that really kind of matters, but a lot of times there can be other negative inferences if you're sanctioned in a specific way. And one of the things that could happen under that circumstance is that you could have their pleadings stricken. So if you can find a good basis for that, you obviously follow the law on it, that's what you could do.
Cool.
Have their pleadings stricken so that they don't get to really put on as powerful of a case. So let's put on.
She's multitasking right now.
Whatever. I always am.
All right. Thank you for that question. Next one. So let me ask you, let me do a little follow-up on that one. Like, how often do you catch like either a witness or opposing party, like they done effed up and like you just caught them in a lie?
It happens a decent amount that I'll catch them in a lie. But it's not, we're not in a court of punishment like a criminal court, right? We're in a court of equity. So the fact that they kind of told a lie or lied to their spouse or fibbed doesn't have a lot of always as much power as you think it might, although it could, right? It could lead to some other like conclusions by the judge, but the judge, just on the basis of a lie on this or a lie on that, isn't going to be like, well, everything they say is a lie then. That's really not how that works. They're not like, well, suddenly you're a liar. Were you lying then or are you lying now? Like, no one does that. It's so
there's no motion to expose pants on fire.
Right. Yeah. No pants on fire motion. It's really about figuring out what actually is the truth, and leading the court to that conclusion, right? Their personality and their character, especially when it comes to financial issues, doesn't matter to anyone.
All right. Next one coming in. Can I file divorce in my home country other than USA?
Not if you don't live there, unless their laws say something different. But you couldn't live in Canada and file in Florida. That I can answer for you.
Okay. See, the next one coming in is, here we go. We are getting a divorce, but my name is still on deed and loan. Do I have any rights on who stays there?
Yeah, you own the house. You're a homeowner. Yes, you have the rights of a homeowner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Simple answer right there.
But what are you actually going to do, right? So you'd have to file to have someone removed or ejected, an ejectment action, right?
Yeah. I'm just agreeing with you because it sounds like you're telling me that that's what's going to happen.
I mean, that's what you'd have to file. So go ahead and go do that. I mean, I can't do it in the family law case. I'm not like, motion to have husband's girlfriend removed from the house. Like, I can't do that, because he is also a property owner. And guess what that means? Hear me out.
What does that mean, Erin?
He has rights to the property, and he can say who gets to stay there.
I feel like I should have like the soapbox right now. This one coming in. What if my ex won't abide by a motion to compel regarding his income?
We go through that sanctions thing we just talked about, right? So it would be compel, then it would turn into a court order, you'd get contempt. Then the next time you have their pleading stricken and you move forward with getting implied orders, or you would ask for the information directly from his employer. But the quicker way is just subpoena it.
Okay.
You
Now,
can spend all this time punishing him, or you could just file a subpoena.
now there have been instances where we've sent out a subpoena to an individual,
Yeah.
and then they call us and they're like, "Well, I don't know who this is. I don't know what they want me to do. Like, do they get in trouble for not showing up, or like what's the process at that point?"
Does who get in trouble for not showing up?
The witness that you subpoenaed.
Well, that's if we subpoena witness. What I was just talking about would be subpoenaing documents.
Oh, okay.
But yes, they could get in trouble for not showing up if they're properly subpoenaed and it was properly served.
Beautiful. All right, next one coming in. How do I get my ex-girlfriend to pay my ex-husband to pay his half of our kids' medical bills and get him to return my portion of our stock account?
Motion for contempt, enforcement, and to compel.
Cut and dry.
Right?
Yeah.
Give us all the documents you need. Let's attach them to the folder and move along.
I feel like a lot of times it's like their opposing party or opposing counsel just doesn't want to provide because they're just like, what is this, like a petty move? Or
sometimes I think they're like, if I just don't do anything, you can't do anything. Okay, yes I can. If you participate, it's easier on you, but okay. Okay. He said he wasn't going to do it. No problem. Don't do it. I have my enforcement.
I am treading lightly because I don't know what's on the other side of this desk. So I'm gonna play it safe. Next one coming.
No, play it risky.
Risky. Next one coming in. Can adoptive parents return guardianship or parental rights to a birth parent who gave up those parental rights?
I mean, I guess there's a possibility that they could, but why would you? Why wouldn't you just let them have time and whatever?
Yeah. No takesies, backsies?
See the child and see how it goes and then kind of figure it out that way. I have a lot of questions, more than I have answers. I would have to ask a lot of questions about this situation because I don't like it.
Okay, so let's do a little role play right here. Okay, let's say I'm the father who had the drug problem, and now I've been 10 years sober. I got my life in order, and I'm ready to be back in my kid's life. And you, as the adoptive parent of the adoptive guardian of the kid, what would be your say at that point?
If I were the adoptive guardian, I would say you could visit on Saturdays and have a role in the parent's life, because that's not the law you're under unless the parent's rights were terminated by a DCF action, right? By an adverse action. But what you could do is allow them to have some Saturday visitation or see the child or be like a caretaker or a babysitter and be involved in the child's life. But you don't have to give up allowing them to take the child back. And they don't really have a good legal avenue for being able to do that.
So I guess I'm going to flip the question again. I'm going to flip that question and be like, what can I do as the guy who voluntarily terminated his parental rights? And now it's like, okay,
nothing.
There it is.
You can do nothing.
Next one coming up. Here. This is literally a follow-up to that one. I voluntarily terminated my parental rights and gave parental rights to my parents 8 years ago because I wasn't ready then. I see my child regularly and wanted to know if I could reestablish my rights. I should have looked at that.
Nothing. You can do nothing. Terminating your parental rights was permanent and irreversible, and that was probably on the document you signed.
Ooh, we got a comment coming in. Maybe they want benefits. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, but it's too bad. You can't have those benefits because you terminated your parental rights.
All right, we are down to, we got 4, and then I got a quick Erin reacts for you, Erin, because I know you have a lot on your plate and you got to get back to work. Had a religious ceremony in a different country, never registered our marriage in USA. Do I have to do I have to file for a divorce?
You don't have to register your marriage in the United States.
Oh. So like what? It never happened? Would that be it? Or
no, it happened. You have to get a divorce. You have
Oh.
a divorce.
Okay.
You have a validly recognized marriage. And if you need to address anything involved in the marriage, then you need a divorce, of course.
A divorce, of course.
But if you ever needed something like child support or time sharing,
a divorce, of course. Go to Erin Morse.
Keep yourself together.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that was just a great
I know, Mariah. I'm a hoot. But they if you need to deal with you're going to have to deal with it in a divorce setting, and if you lie to the court about being married, then you have committed fraud. So
next one coming in, here we go. Next one coming in, here we go. Does the item now belong? Oh, okay, so this is how she started off. Does the item belong to me?
No.
I found a phone in my truck the other morning. Turns out that my husband was with some girl that had left her phone in my truck.
No.
So the item does not belong.
Leaving your property somewhere, you think it means someone else gets to pick it up and own it?
What about
is that not theft?
What about the big case of finders versus keepers?
The Supreme Court case of losers weepers and finders keepers.
I mean, yeah, in appellate court, losers weepers, state versus losers weepers.
No, you still are committing theft even if they forget it at your house. Patricio, somebody forgot something in your car. Do you own it? Patricio, just answer the question.
No, I do not. I was just trying to come up with something witty, but
yeah,
my wit always gets shut down like a balloon over Texas.
You're welcome.
It was in Texas. I forget.
I think it was Arizona.
It was Arizona.
Yeah. Let's keep moving.
Keep on going.
Yeah.
Are assets purchased during separation but before divorce subject to property division?
If you've already filed, likely not, unless they want to argue that it was marital funds were purchased. But a lot of times once you filed, because Florida does not have legal separation. So don't think just because y'all moved out, you're like, well, we separated. The court may not find that to be clear and convincing evidence of separation and may consider it to be marital.
And from there, we're going to say...
So don't buy a house until you're divorced.
With that question right there, we're going to...